Welcome to another episode of the Peak Potential Success Show. My name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Today on the show, we have a great guest. He's somebody I've had the privilege and honor of working with. Such a great guy, very, very great energy, passion, and motivation for what he does. He is a trainer, a educator, speaker, and entrepreneur. I've heard him speak a few times, and man, that energy is absolutely amazing. What he loves doing most is helping his clients, companies, entrepreneurs save money and time, which is absolutely so important in today's age. Everybody wants to save time. Everybody wants to save money. And one of the best ways that he can do that for people is by converting those managing tasks into IT solutions. He's also the author of the book, It's a Virtual World, How to Grow Your Business Digitally in 10 Easy Steps. So please welcome CEO of Quality Training and Technology Services, Cybersecurity Evangelist, Mr. MANAV CHADHA.
Hello, guys. I'd like to thank you, first of all, Fong, who has always been instrumental in my journey of writing a book. It's my first project of writing a book, and I met Fong back in 2018. And we became friends when we joined Toastmasters, and then he guided me towards my journey to write a book. And I'm really thankful to him. I express my sincere gratitude that without his support, without his direction, guidance, and mentorship, I would not be where I am today. Thank you.
Wow, awesome. Well, thank you very much for that. And also thank you very much for being here. Now, you are somebody who lots of people go to when it comes to cybersecurity help for technological input and advice. How did you get to where you are today? Like, you didn't start off in school and go, you know what, I'm going to do cybersecurity. You had a path. What was that path, and how did you become who you are?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm into information technology industry for almost 25 plus years. However, cybersecurity came into picture a couple of years back. So yes, I'm always being a customer-driven guy, facing technical issues, any kind of IT issues that basically comes with my experience in different industries and companies. People come to me, and there I get to know that what kind of issues people face and how to resolve them. There has been a learning curve. I did a couple of certifications from Microsoft, and most of certification is in cybersecurity and ITIL, etc. So that gave me a basically good understanding of managing IT support, managing questions with regards to what people has to with technology. And cybersecurity is one of the top-notch thing that I'm doing. I'm being a consultant and evangelist for cybersecurity. There's a lot of projects I'm doing and helping people fix their cybersecurity problems. It could be small, medium, or big. So I'm kind of consulting role with them. So that basically brought me up to where I am today.
Mm-hmm. What is it about cybersecurity that makes you go, wow, I'm very, very interested in this area?
Well, I believe cybersecurity is a shared responsibility. And I believe everybody should know about cybersecurity. It's not you, me, or XYZ. It's basically whether we are at home, whether we're at office, whether we are traveling, whether we are working from anywhere in the world. And if you've seen, this COVID era has brought people to work from home situations, hybrid situations, work from anywhere situations. So the more the conveniences, the more the risks are. The more the risks are, the more you need cybersecurity. So there I got that cybersecurity is a key. Cybersecurity is something that we all need every day in our life to protect ourselves, to prevent our systems, our data, our information from any of the issues that can happen. So I believe cybersecurity awareness is a most important part, and I get very excited, and it's my passion to help aware people about cybersecurity and its functionality. Thank you.
Mhm. I see. Now, when it comes to cybersecurity, there's a lot of people out there who go, you know what? I got nothing to hide. I'm not too afraid of people seeing what I'm doing because I got nothing to hide. What do you say to that?
Well, that's kind of a great question. We're all on social media, if you see. So if you say there's nothing to hide, that's the biggest thing that you are trying to open to the world. I mean, you have your own life, you have private life, you have your public life, you have your social life, you have a professional life. So saying I have nothing to hide doesn't make you believe that you are fully secure. You need to still secure your systems, your data, your information, and even your identity when you're saying you have nothing to hide, because because bad guys are actually going towards those things that are wide open in the world. So it's basically with little awareness, little understanding, you would know what to protect and what to share.
Mm-hmm. With the recent shutdown of everything in the world when it comes to COVID and whatnot, lots of people are moving towards having home offices, working from home, where they may or may not have the same type of firewalls or protection or security that they would have when they were working at the office or with their company or at the businesses. So what are some of the most common things that somebody needs to implement into their home in order to have the same type of peace of mind in order to work from home?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I understand that people have limitations when they're working from home. Not everybody can have firewalls and switches or kind of a commercial infrastructure or logistics at home when they're working from home. It's more of a convenience, but from my side, it's always as I say, it's a shared responsibility. You should have at least an antivirus running on your system, a good antivirus that can scan your system. You can update patches from Windows that can maintain the reliability of your systems. And obviously, if you're getting anything that you don't feel it's for you, always stop, think, act. So if it's an email that sounds like a phishing email, or it's a social engineering attack, or it's something somebody has called you that you don't know, or you got a text message, or you got a message on your any social media, or somebody is trying to connect you, you don't know, and your gut feeling says, I don't know. Always stop for a minute, think, and then act. That will keep you secure from most of the cybersecurity risks. And that's what cybersecurity awareness is all about.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the most common things that people do that they don't know they're actually doing that's really, really bad when it comes to cybersecurity?
I would say they jump the gun. They just don't think. And they just keep on moving, carrying on, and then it just blows up at the end. So all that most of the attacks happen because of human error. It's not a machine. It's a human error. Human does something that he or she should not do. So that's why stop, think, act is always important. And getting awareness of cybersecurity is equally important in this journey for everyone.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people who are either working at home or they may or may not be working at home. They might just be using their computers for entertainment, for socializing and whatnot. And they go, you know what? I don't have a budget to pay for cybersecurity. Why should I pay for that? Is there something that they need to know that they don't get normally that's free that they should have to allow them to have that security and that peace of mind so that even for socializing, it's beneficial for them?
Well, obviously, when you're talking about cybersecurity, there are two things that goes into play. One is cybersecurity tools. Now, we are not talking here about the too much technical tools or too much technical system that they need to adapt or adopt or buy. One antivirus can be a couple of bucks that they can always afford, or there's a free antivirus as well that you can use in a trial version. But I would not suggest that. Going for a good antivirus protects your system, and then there are a lot of free courses on cybersecurity awareness, free white papers, or lots of knowledge on Google. You can go and learn from them. That way you can educate yourself, and you learn about cybersecurity, and you know how to act and how to be socially responsible.
Mm-hmm. Is there usually a guideline for companies, whether they're small, big, to allocate funds towards cybersecurity? Because some company goes, you know what, I have X amount of percentage that goes towards branding, X amount of percentage that goes towards sales or maintenance. How about cybersecurity? Is that something that businesses should be able to allocate a percentage of their gross income towards cybersecurity?
Well, that entirely comes out of the analysis. They should first do a risk analysis, and out of risk analysis, whatever report it comes out, they need to analyze what are the critical systems, how critical they are. If something happens down the lane, are they ready to bear the loss of those systems? So they need to compare the cost of the cybersecurity tools, cost of any system that they can deploy that can prevent any disaster and prevent that loss. If the loss is bigger than the cost of cybersecurity system, they should go. But if the cybersecurity cost of cybersecurity tools or resources is bigger than the loss, then they need to reevaluate by doing some risk analysis risk management, and talk through with their stakeholders. So this is entirely their decision, what they want to prevent and what they want to leave. So it's basically more of a risk acceptance, risk mitigation, risk avoidance, or risk transference. Those are the kind of principle that works around when it comes to making a decision about whether you want cybersecurity in your company or you do not want cybersecurity in your company.
Mm-hmm. And that's something that you help guide your clients along as to what's most beneficial to them, what's more cost effective to them. Because there's a lot of people who sit there and go, well, these are my risks. But from your point of view, those risks are nothing compared to what is the potential actual risk. Because you'll be able to kind of see in the future what else it actually would mean if that data was lost. Whereas the person who's sitting there go, well, if I lost the data, I just lost that. But there's so much more risk to it. So do you go through a series of questions or a interview process or something with your clients so that they understand what the actual risks are?
Yeah, that's a great question, Fong, and thank you for asking that. Yes, I certainly, when I talk to my internal and external customers, I always go through the risk analysis and talk about different questions as to what is important to you, what is important for your company. Is hardware important to you? Is data important to you? Is information important to you? Are people important to you? So those are the things, because if somebody tries to steal your laptop or hardware, he's not interested in the laptop or a hardware. He's interested in the data in that. That could be a data related to your identity, your social insurance, anything that can create issues down the lane with your finances or with your professional life. So obviously, when we talk to the people, we see what they know about cybersecurity, how they react to such situation. Have they ever done risk analysis? Have any auditing being done with them? And there are some of the list of questions that we ask them to fill. Based on that, we evaluate and advise them as to which way to go.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know that we kind of touched on this about the importance of cybersecurity. We also touched on being able to save money and time, which is something that you're really good at for your clients and for their companies, and which is the reason why you came up with your book, which you've released recently. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Was there something else that prompted you that you go, you know what, I do need to get this information out there? Is there a story? Is there a case study that you go, man, this is happening too much. I have to get this out there?
That's a great question. Actually, there was an incident that happened to one of my buddy. What happened was he just clicked on any of the link that promised him a job. So, and it kind of went great. It looks realistic. Everything was great. And he just went on and applying for a job and sent a resume. And he was very happy. He's like told me, oh, I got a job. It's like, okay, that's great. That's awesome. So what happened was they asked him to send $2,000 other money transfer. And he didn't told me, and he did it. And it's like he then told me later on, like, this is what I did. So like, why do someone needs money to give you a job? I don't understand that. He said, yeah, they said, oh yeah, you need to work as a financial guy and you need to do this and that. So like, it doesn't sound right to me. So, and then he kind of lost that money. It was a scam. And I really felt very bad about him. And I educated him that next time when something like this happens, please talk to me, because we can help you with some ideas about not clicking on such phishing links or not attending those wishing calls. If somebody is trying to push you hard on the calls and trying to do something like sending money or giving you identity or sharing your address or asking too much information, just stop. Don't do that unless you know them personally or professionally. So this is a lesson he learned. This is a lesson we all learn, and those kind of issues are called social engineering scams, where other person tries to create urgency and tries to want you to act quickly, act fast, so that you do not think and you do not stop and you just act. So this is a learning, and based on this learning, I thought it's time to share this learning, this knowledge in simple words to the world. And that's where the idea of writing this book also came into my mind. Knowledge is something you must share to each one and everyone as much as you can in your lifetime. And you cannot meet everybody every day and share your knowledge, whether it is social media or whether it is just personal meetings. So there should be a mode of communication. So I thought, why not put my knowledge in the form of a book? And again, I'd like to thank you, Fong, who brought this idea and who helped me, supported me as to how to actually convert my knowledge into a book, into a simple language that anybody can understand. Whether they are startups, freelancers, small business, medium business, or large business, they can at least get some positive nuggets that can really click an idea and help them grow their business, or at least generate some ideas to do some brainstorming as to it can help grow their business and themselves personally and professionally.
Mhm. Have you found that the book has been able to help your clients get a better understanding as to what you do and what's important?
Yes, because my book is about how to book. How to means like if somebody doesn't know about XYZ stuff about technology, whether it is customer relationship management, it's digital marketing, it's servers, it's infrastructure, it's cybersecurity. There's always something people have learned, and I have got a lot of feedback from people, a lot of reviews on Amazon that shows that they see a value in the book. They have adapted and adopted that value, that knowledge, and that has really brought great results for them personally and professionally and their organization as well.
Something I love asking people who got their books out is, how did you feel? How did you feel when you first got that book in hand? How did you feel when you first ordered a whole bunch of books to your place and opened up that box? What was that feeling like for you?
Man, it was a great feeling, awesome feeling. Something that I created myself is in my hand. It was like my baby, my small project. And it came as a tangible object in my hand. And I read word to word, although I read it like 10 times before publishing. But that was a feeling. I got a little bit emotional. I was feeling great. And at every moment, I expressed my sincere gratitude to everyone who supported me in this journey, including you and my family, my friends, my Almighty God, everybody who supported me. And again, I'd like to thank you because without you guys, this journey would not have been possible. And thank you for making me Amazon #1 bestseller. It was a great feeling. Thank you.
Awesome. I always love hearing those stories because I remember my first book and my first time opening up that box. It was like getting a standing ovation. It felt absolutely amazing. When people go through your book, there's a lot of things that they can actually take out of your book and implement in the business. Your book talks about how to convert management tasks into IT solutions. It talks about those 10 easy steps to expand your business digitally. Are there something that you can share right now? One or two tips, one or two steps that people can actually implement right now?
Sure, and that's a great question. Out of those 10 steps, if you want to apply something quickly that can help achieve your goals or that can help grow your business, the first step is do not forget to have a website. Website portrays you positively in front of the people who might be your prospects or clients who or might be looking to grow your business or join hands with you as investors. Second, brand building. Be on social media everywhere. Tell about your products. Create YouTube. Create live presentations about your products. Tell what you do. Show testimonials. And third is CRM, customer relationship management tool. There can be free tools, paid tools on a subscription. So you can use those tools to manage your data, manage the list of your prospects, clients, businesses, leads, opportunities. So those are the great things you can implement in your business just right now after this interview that can give you great ideas, help grow your business, or create some great scope to grow and implement in your business. When we created this book as a part of discussion, like two people are talking. One is myself and one is a Joe entrepreneur, if you see in this book. And Joe entrepreneur does not know anything about technology, how to start, how to grow his business digitally in 10 easy steps. So I believe when you are reading this book, and I would advise when you're reading this book, put yourself in the place of Joe and think through all the questions that Joe have asked and all the ideas that I have provided. What do you get from them? Do you learn anything? Do you find anything new from them? Do you think you are doing something repeatedly that you should not? Or are you looking for an idea that you missed but you got from this book? Or do you really want to implement anything new that can convert into innovative solution? So those are the ideas will definitely fulfill your journey of growth. When you read this book and when you put yourself in the shoes of Joe, who does not know anything, but now at the end of the book, he knows most of the things that is required to grow his business digitally and technically in just 10 easy steps.
Awesome. I know you mentioned a little bit about social media. Social media is a huge thing right now. Everybody's on it, and with that, there's a lot of risks. There's a lot of fake accounts. There's a lot of people that you may or may not want to connect with. How does one identify those situations? Like, for instance, how do I know that this person I'm talking to is a bot? How do I know that this person that I'm talking to may not actually be a genuine person or somebody who actually is named that person that's on their social media? Are there things that you guys do that would be able to screen that stuff so that you have a better understanding?
Well, that's a great question. I would say, as I started to mention in the beginning, stop, think, act. Now, don't go blindly on social media, whether it is any social media platform you are trying to promote yourself or share an idea or trying to share something personal or professional. And if somebody just comes to you and asks you for the friend request, just stop. Think, why did he send me a friend request? Who is in the friend list? Did I have any previous communication? Was there any chat that I enrolled with him in? Did I met him anywhere? Do I know him personally or professionally? Are there any links that connects the dots? So those are the questions. Ask yourself, and you will get the answer that whether you go proceed further with it or not. This is exactly happens when you get a phishing email, social engineering email, any text, anything that you think it could be right or wrong, but you need to ask you questions to yourself. So use these ideas, and definitely you will be able to make a right decision.
Mm-hmm. For a person who's an expert in cybersecurity, how much engagement do you have on your social media? Like, do you reply to comments? Do you make comments? Do you engage in conversation? Because sometimes, like, if there's bots out there, they might be putting in a comment just to rile you up. So the thing is, you don't want to ignore the real people who is actually talking to you because you want to build that relationship. Where's that line of how much engagement that you put into your social media?
Again, it's a very tricky question, and it's a very tricky situation. Uh, Being with people busy in their lives every day, they are multitasking. Even all of us are multitasking. It's again about clearing your mind by just stopping and thinking and acting. Yes, I involved with social media. I share knowledge. I create polls on the professional social media platforms also, and I get into conversations that brings value to the audience and to myself. But at the same time, for every conversation, for every invite, for every chat, for every invitation, I always think twice. I always think twice as to what would be the result of this comment. When I write something, I remove it and then rewrite it again because I need to think through. Because you just cannot keep writing without thinking. That's dangerous for your identity. So I normally try to understand why this conversation started, from where it started, how I am involved, why I'm tagged, why it is asked from me, what is my role in this. Based on that, it's my choice whether to answer that or not, whether to accept a friend request or not, whether to accept the invitation or not. So
Mhm.
again, thinking is very important, and it's not only thinking, it's critical thinking.
Right. That's very, very important. I know lots of people just jump the gun and answer questions, engage in comments without actually thinking why they're doing it or why that person's doing it, to get them so involved with the conversation. Now, something else that comes out very, very often is people taking other people's accounts and using that account or pretending to be them and accessing their clientele or accessing their contacts. I made fun of it by saying, "Hey, I made it. Somebody used my name." But how does one go around that? How does one fix that issue if somebody is actually going out there connecting with people as you? They take your pictures, they take your image, they take your name. How do you fix that?
Well, it's getting common these days now. Now, there's a pattern which I understood that why it's happening and how it's happening. Anybody who is too much on social media, whether they are very responsible on social media or whether they are just showing off wide open and just, I mean, being there every time, everywhere. So what happens is this is how the bad guys track. Okay, is this guy is always on the social media. He must have already built a trust with his friends and whatnot. And whatever we ask them, they will just do it. So they try to capture a picture, create a new ID, and put a picture, and that's about it. But what they cannot do is they cannot capture your friend list. They try to get to your friends, ask them to accept, but they just cannot get that traction if you act quickly. Because if there is a fake ID and some request has gone to your friend, he or she will contact you online or offline. And there, it's your choice whether you want to act and say, no, it's not me, it's somebody else. So stop, think, act is the way to go. Being social or being aggressive on social media is not wrong, but also being, I mean, with being with open eyes is very important as to whether did I check my privacy controls? Is everything working fine? Did I secure my social media properly? Am I scanning my system daily? Am I finding anything that I should not? It should not be there. So those are the activities. If you do, I think you can save yourself. But obviously, you some risks you cannot control. There's no 100% prevention. But for that 1% or 2% or whatever gap it is you who need to prevent that, or you need to mitigate it, or you need to react responsibly. So stop, think, act.
Mm-hmm. What do you see that's coming on the horizon? Something that's about to happen soon that people need to start really thinking about the privacy, their data, and how to mitigate that risk from coming that's in the future?
I mean, awareness. Get awareness about cybersecurity. Learn about cybersecurity. I'm not asking you to be a professional or be a pro. For that, people like us or people who are cybersecurity certified are there to help you. But equip yourself with some kind of knowledge, because if you see every day, things are growing. Social media is expanding. We are on the phones all the time. We're on the tablets all the time. We are on the public network all the time. In a shop, in a one sentence, what you can do to protect yourself. Don't jump the gun. Think before you respond. Ask questions. Get some learning. Get different types of learning. There are different types of scams and frauds happening every day. What did you learn if this thing happened to somebody else? What was the learning? What was the moral of the story? How you can protect yourself? How you can protect your sensitive information? So this is not my responsibility, not your responsibility. It's everyone's responsibility. Whether the data is sitting anywhere in the world, it's our responsibility to protect ourselves. So learn cybersecurity, be aware, attend awareness sessions, talk to people in networking groups about cybersecurity, learn how they protected themselves, implement those strategies, and go from there.
Mm-hmm. Now I know you're a father, and when it comes to parenting, it's difficult to implement some of these things on your kids, or know when to implement some of these things on your kids or in your family. How do you explain it to your children when it comes to cybersecurity and why it's important?
Yeah, that's a very good question for every family. I talk to my kids every day. I talk to them about their daily life, who they're talking on the social media, how they are related, what they think about the social media, what they think about risk, their cyberbullying risks. Again, they're phishing, and their wishing is like a voice calls. There are social engineering attempts, credit card fraud attempts, scams related to fake jobs. I mean, everywhere, there's lots of scams on almost everything. So I talk to them every day. What did they do in the school? How's their friend circle? And what did they learn in the school? How they are managing their devices? How much time are they actually spending? How much time they're limiting their screen time? Did they find anything unusual on their device, on their computer? Are they continuously scanning their systems? Are they updating their systems? So it's basically kind of awareness. When you're talking to your kids about all these things, it goes into the subconscious mind, and this protects them from moving into daily world, daily life. That yes, what is right and what is wrong. So you tell your kids on the red light you need to stop. On green light you move. This goes into the subconscious mind because you won't be there all the time. That's what we tell them. If you find something strange coming to your email or somebody message you or something, call. Don't answer quickly. Think, stop, think, and then act. If you don't know the answer, talk to your parents, talk to us, or talk to your teachers. But talk, open up. Don't just keep it to your heart. And that's where we can stop the cyberbullying and all these kind of bad activities that can protect and create a better culture for kids.
Awesome. I know that you're not just focused on cybersecurity technology and all that kind of stuff. I know that you also work on your inner skills too, your speaking, your presentations, your networking, your relationship building. I've seen you on stages. I've seen you connect with people. Was that something that was difficult for you to start, or was that natural for you?
Actually, that was difficult for me to start. Public speaking fear, everybody is afraid of going to a stage first time. But then I got mentors and teachers like you who helped me with my Toastmasters, who helped me in motivating me, inspiring me, bringing the best out of me. As to there is no fear. A person on the stage is the most strongest person on out there because rest everybody is an audience. So you are there to talk, to speak, and people are listening. So pick up any subject, anything you want to talk. Start with small groups. That's what I started, 2, 3 friends, and then in the bigger groups, and then in networking events, and then go on the stage. I mean, you just don't want to jump on the stage the day from the start of the day. But I did some learning. Yes, presentation skill, communication skills, business writing skills, public speaking skills. I did lots of learning and training, and I watched TED videos. I watched motivational speakers like Tony Robbins. So there's a lot more things you learn when you spend time and learn from those speakers. Get into Toastmasters, get into similar events. So that's where you build confidence, and that's what I build my confidence. I love to share that same knowledge to others.
Mm-hmm. I know there's a lot of people out there who's either in a very, very technical space like IT, cybersecurity, engineers, accountants, and they believe that, you know what, as long as I'm focused on the technical aspect, I really don't need to go out and speak. I really don't need to build on that communication aspect. What was it for you that you go, wait a minute, I do need to work on this? And after you did work on it, what was the biggest benefits that you found when it comes to your technical side?
Um, on a technical side, when I took a lot of knowledge, when I learned a lot of skills, I was only implementing those skills in my job. But I always wanted to share. I always wanted to present so that anybody else can learn from what I learned. If it benefits them, even if it does not, it at least brings a fear out of me and builds a great relationship with the audience. I presented on cybersecurity awareness, on business continuity planning, so that people get new ideas from technology. That this is something that technology has to offer. This is something that technology can help me. This is something that I can learn from this guy because he feels or she feels comfortable with you. So they can answer, they can ask questions. Not everybody is a guy who can go on online training and online and sit for hours to learn something. Some people wants to talk. Some people wants to relate. Some people want to get into some group discussions. And this is very important when you share your knowledge, share your skill or whatever you learn. And that's where I took an idea to write my book and talk to people about my book, about my knowledge as to whatever they if they can gain something. That's the only incentive I want.
Mhm. Nice. You mentioned fear for a moment there. What do you do when you face your fears? How do you overcome that?
Fear is natural. Everybody does have some kind of fear, whether they show or they do not show. I see it as let's take a leap of faith and do it. Try it. At least I'm trying. I don't worry about fail or pass. I only think about trying. And then I tell, okay, all is well. It will be okay. no worries. Either I get a lesson or I get success. Both are in my favor. So there's no fear when you think like that. So go for it, learn something, try again. You'll be successful.
My follow-up question to that is when I know you've done a lot of self-improvement, you've worked with a lot of mentors, coaches, and partners. What is one of the most important advice that you ever gotten from anyone?
The most important advice that a mentor or coach or a teacher tells you is to be coachable. When you are learning something, they have a bigger responsibility than you to bring best out of you. But that can only be possible when you're coachable. It's like a big river. You're on the one side and one side is on your coach. He is trying to build a bridge, but he can only build a bridge of confidence, of strength, of inspiration, of motivation if you are coachable. If you are not coachable, no matter what he does, how best he does, he cannot bring best out of you. So this is equally our responsibility. And again, this is my experience with Fong, that he directed me, mentored me so greatly, so positively, inspired me. Sometimes I was lazy, I didn't have a mood, or I was kind of not doing the things he wants me, but he kind of motivated me, inspired me, coached me, and helped me to write this book. It was not an easy task. You need a coach, you need a mentor every time, every moment of your life to become a better person of who you are today.
Well, thank you for that, and I was glad I was able to get you over that hump and pursue a task that you've always dreamed of. What does legacy mean to you?
Legacy means leaving something behind that can help the world, inspire, motivate, and make this world a better place to live. If my knowledge today, whether by speaking to someone, whether through a book, whether through a session, through an interview, can change your life, can help your life for better, it goes to the next generation and next to next, and it makes a world a better place to live. We all are trying our best to make this world a better place to live. So this is my 2 cents to share my knowledge of whatever I have learned and share with others so that they can grab what I have learned, how I have implemented, how I have acted on it, and how I have changed my life for a better. It can happen to them as well, so that they can grow in their life as well. So this is only my what would you call? It's my the best offering, and I express my sincere gratitude to everyone again who helped me to make me what better than I was yesterday or I was today.
Okay. Let's say we put you on the world stage, everybody is listening to Manav. What is your one best message, something that you want everybody to remember you for?
Best message. I would say love everyone, help everyone, and coach everyone. Let's help each other to make a better person. Everybody is unique. God has made all of us very unique. We all have special quality. Let's use our special quality to cover the gap we see in others and vice versa. This will create a fulfillment for all of us, make us equal, help make this world a better place to live. Thank you.
Good words to live by. That ends our formal portion of our interview. I got 5 quick questions before I let you go. Give me the first thing that comes to mind. You're stranded on a deserted island. You get to eat one food for the rest of your life, no consequence.
Apple.
So healthy. You are in the circus. What is that one role that you want to take on? Do you want to take on the ringmaster role, the lion tamer role, the tightrope rocker? What event or role would you like to take in a circus?
Comedy. I want to entertain people. Bring
You want what? Sorry.
A comedian to
the comedian
and bring smiles on their face.
Nicely done. Hollywood calls and goes, "Hey Manav, we want to do a biopic on you. Who do you want to be casted to play you?"
Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Awesome. Dwayne The Rock Johnson shows up at your door. Hey, and says, "Hey, I got casted to play you. Let's hang out. Let's have some fun. Boy, I'm hungry." You go, no worries. I'm gonna go fix you something nice. What's that special dish that you could prepare for him?
I'll prepare him a nice Indian dal makhani and treat him with naan bread.
Nicely done. And my final question before I get there, give me a number from 1 to 4.
5. Oh, sorry, 3.
1, 2, 3. So if success was related to a briefcase, how would a briefcase be a metaphor for success?
How would be a briefcase a metaphor for success? You can carry it with you everywhere. Share your stories of success to people for them to learn what they missed and apply the same knowledge, same actions to be successful. Because if they are successful, they can share more for others to be successful. And that's my mantra. If you have helped me, I promise I'll help someone. And then I'll take a promise for someone to help someone without any consideration. This is how we can help make this world a better place to live.
Awesome. Nicely done. So that's how success is like a briefcase. To wrap this up, any last words from you that you would like to share? And also, if anybody wants to connect with you, what's the best way and how do they get your book?
The last word is basically, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to everyone who was a part of my journey, to everyone who became my mentor, coach, teacher, advisor, who helped me become a better person I am today, whether by positive learning or negative learning. Let's help make this world a better place. Let's share our knowledge. Knowledge is free. We have already learned. And if you want to connect with me, you can always go to my LinkedIn page. You can connect me from there, or you can always go to my business page, www.qtsi.ca, and you can contact me from there. Or you can find me on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you.
Awesome. So everybody remember to connect with Manav. Always lots of great content there. And he also has webinars and events that comes up here and there for people to enjoy and also to learn from. Also, remember to pick up his book. You can find it on Amazon. A great, very in-depth book that allows you to understand the technology, everything that you could help your business digitally. Once again, thank you very much for your time. Very, very enjoyable to talk to you. Always have great energy and passion, and I can't wait to see you again.
Thank you so much, Fong. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Take care.
Awesome. He is Manav. My name is Fong Chuan. Until next time. Today is the day to lock your peak potential. We'll see you later.